You know that feeling when you accomplish everything on your list but still feel empty and exhausted? That's not laziness or lack of gratitude. That's your nervous system telling you something is being extracted from you. Most people think burnout is what happens when you work too hard. They're wrong. Burnout is what happens when you work efficiently on the wrong things for so long that your body starts rejecting the life your mind was trained to want. The exhaustion isn't physical, it's existential. Your authentic self is dying one micro-compliance at a time. The classic advice is garbage. Take a vacation, set boundaries, practice self-care. But you've tried that. You've taken the time off. You've said no to extra projects. You've done the meditation apps and the morning routines. And still, that hollow feeling persists. Still, Sunday night feels like a funeral. The machine doesn't need you working overtime anymore. It's much more efficient than that. It needs you working on autopilot, optimizing for metrics that serve someone else's agenda while calling it your career growth. That's why rest doesn't fix it. Your manager doesn't want you burned out. That would be inefficient. What the system needs is something much more precise. You, functional, but not sovereign. Productive, but not authentic. Ambitious about the wrong things. The grind isn't breaking you down, it's programming you up. Every performance review, every promotion ladder, every quarterly goal is installing a behavioral program that makes you mistake their success metrics for your life priority. You think you're climbing. You're actually being domesticated. This is where it gets dark. The exhaustion you feel isn't random. It's cognitive dissonance. Your nervous system is rejecting a life that looks successful on paper, but feels hollow in practice. Every time you hit a goal and feel nothing, that's your authentic self trying to signal that you're running someone else's program. But instead of listening, we double down. We think the problem is that we're not grateful enough, not optimizing hard enough, not hustling smart enough. The system has you troubleshooting your own programming malfunction. The machine learns something about human psychology that most people haven't figured out yet. Total control is unstable. People rebel when they feel completely trapped. But partial autonomy, that's the sweet spot. Give people enough choice to feel responsible for their situation, but structure those choices so they all lead to the same extraction loop. You chose your college major, your career path, your productivity system. You optimized every variable except the one that matters, whether the game itself serves your actual life or just maintains the machine. Most people mistake productivity addiction for ambition. They think the compulsion to optimize, to maximize, to squeeze more output from every hour is a virtue. It's not ambition, it's operant conditioning. It's operant conditioning. You've been trained to derive your sense of worth from metrics that benefit someone else's agenda. The dopamine hit from checking things off the list, the anxiety when you're not producing, the guilt when you rest. These aren't personality traits. They're symptoms of behavioral programming that took years to install and feels like identity. The performance review is the installation mechanism. Not just the formal one twice a year, but the constant informal performance review running in your head. That voice that asks whether you're being productive enough, strategic enough, visible enough to the right people. It's not your inner wisdom. It's an implanted program designed to keep you self-regulating toward the machine's optimal output. The genius is that you think it's self-improvement. You're actually running diagnostics on your own compliance levels. The head fake everyone misses. This isn't about work-life balance. That's the obvious answer, and obvious answers keep you trapped in the wrong framework. You can't balance a rigged equation. The real issue is identity hijacking. Somewhere along the way, you stopped asking what you actually wanted your life to feel like, and started optimizing for what success looks like to other people. The machine doesn't need your labor anymore. It needs your judgment, your priorities, your definition of what counts as a life well lived. And most people handed that over without realizing. The timing isn't coincidental. AI is automating everything except authentic human judgment. The ability to distinguish between what matters to you and what you've been programmed to think matters is becoming the only irreplaceable skill. People who can't detect when they're running someone else's program versus their own authentic priorities are becoming obsolete. Not because they're not smart, but because they've lost access to the one thing machines can't replicate: genuine human discernment about what makes a life worth living. The countermeasure starts tomorrow morning, and it's simpler than you think. Ogram become obsolete. The antidote isn't rest. Rest assumes you're physically tired. This is existential fatigue. Your body rejecting a life your mind was trained to want. Every Sunday night, your nervous system floods with dread because it recognizes what your rational brain won't admit. You're living someone else's definition of success. The machine didn't just steal your time. It hijacked your identity. Your goals, your metrics for self-worth, your definition of productivity. None of it belongs to you anymore. Most people spend their entire career optimizing for someone else's profit margin while calling it personal growth. The extraction loop works because it feels like achievement. Every promotion, every performance bonus, every exceeds expectations review releases just enough dopamine to keep you running the program. But notice what never gets measured in your performance review. Your actual happiness, your authentic relationships, the projects that light you up when no one's watching. The metrics that determine your salary have nothing to do with the metrics that determine your fulfillment. Here's the mechanism they don't want you to see. The machine needs you functional but not sovereign. Burnout is the perfect extraction state. You're too exhausted to question the system, but just productive enough to keep feeding it. A truly rested, sovereign human would ask dangerous questions, like why their most creative ideas never fit into company initiatives. Why their deepest conversations happen after hours. Why the work that feels most meaningful generates the least profit. Burnout isn't a bug in the system. It's a feature. It keeps you too tired to build alternatives. The revelation hits different when you realize most people mistake productivity addiction for ambition. They think the compulsion to check email at 10 p.m. is drive. The inability to enjoy a weekend without scheduling it is discipline. The anxiety when they're not actively producing something is laziness. This is textbook operant conditioning. You've been trained to feel guilty when you're not generating value for someone else's agenda. Your nervous system now treats authentic rest as a threat to your survival. Recovery feels like failure because the program is working exactly as designed. The countermeasure is simpler than you think, but it requires practice. Every morning before you check your phone, ask yourself one question. What would I prioritize today if no one was measuring my output? Not what should you prioritize. Not what would be productive. What would you actually choose if your survival didn't depend on someone else's approval? The gap between that answer and your actual schedule is the exact size of your programming. Most people discover they've been living someone else's life for years without realizing it. This is exactly why the exhaustion feels existential instead of physical. Your body is rejecting a life that serves metrics you never chose. The machine convinced you that someone else's definition of success was your own ambition, that their timeline was your urgency, that their priorities were your purpose. Recovery isn't about managing the symptoms of burnout. It's about reclaiming authority over what counts as meaningful in your actual life. Most people are afraid to answer that question honestly because they've been living the wrong answer for so long. The people who break free from this pattern don't just recover from burnout. They become immune to it. Because once you can distinguish between your authentic priorities and installed programming, the machine loses its grip on your nervous system. You stop mistaking someone else's urgency for your own emergency. You stop generating anxiety about metrics that don't serve your actual life. The extraction loop breaks the moment you realize that your worth isn't determined by your productivity, and that terrifies the system more than anything else. Because sovereign humans don't burn out. They build alternatives.